Thank you for joining me in ChatGPT. We're going to be testing our prompts in ChatGPT by asking it to analyze some data that we're going to provide. More specifically, we're going to provide a detailed analysis of a profit and loss statement over a 12-month period in an Excel file. And what we're going to do is show the different outputs that we get from ChatGPT based upon the prompts that we use. So let's go ahead and jump in. I'm going to start by attaching the file that I created earlier. And with that, I'm going to give ChatGPT a very generic and arguably weak prompt. Let's ask it to go ahead and summarize this data. About as simple as we can go. And as you can see, it's already created just a kind of preview of the Excel file that we just uploaded, and it's currently processing. You're going to find it's probably going to take between 10 and 15 seconds to actually process the data and then come back to us with its output. Now, what I'm expecting from an output is something pretty generic because I haven't given it any specific instructions. So I don't really know where this is going to go. Okay, it's giving us an executive level summary. It's broken it down into different buckets and it's given us some key takeaways. Not bad, right? But is this what I was looking for when I asked it to summarize this data? Maybe, maybe not. So let's try it again and let's be a little more specific this time. So we're going to attach the same data and this time we're going to ask it to summarize this data and explain the results in simple terms. It should take, a short amount of time to process this. We've been a little more specific in terms of explaining the details in simple terms. So it's still calling out the big picture. It's looking at cost and operating expenditure. It's giving us a longer answer this time. So, just because we've asked for a response in simple terms doesn't mean that we're going to get a more simple answer or a more succinct answer. Now what I'm going to do is ask the model a much more specific prompt that's broken down into a number of different sections. I don't want you to worry too much in terms of the prompt itself right now. We're going to cover that in more detail when we look at the rules framework here shortly. But I'm going to follow the exact same process. We're going to attach our profit and loss Excel file and we're going to run the prompt. Now the objective that I gave the prompt here was to provide a 5-sentence performance summary based upon the data in the income statement in the file that we provided. So let's go ahead and see if it gives us that 5-sentence performance summary that we very specifically requested. We'll give it a moment. It shouldn't take too much longer. Here we go. Okay, it should almost be done. Perfect. So we have our 5 sentences there that we specifically requested. It's giving us kind of a breakdown of kind of core expenditure within the income statement and ultimately what the net income was for the year. Now we can go ahead and refine this. Just because this is our first prompt certainly doesn't mean it should be the last prompt, as we kind of want to tailor this to meet our specific needs. But you see, just by giving ChatGPT a little more specific of a prompt, we get the outcome that we're looking for. In this case, a 5-sentence performance summary, which is exactly what we were looking for. It doesn't mean that the prior responses were bad or incorrect, but they weren't in the format that I needed when I specified summarize this data. Now let's go back and take a look more deeply at the rules framework we can use to better structure our prompts.